Let's take a break. Coffee break tayo. Wala tayong cafecito.
Welcome to another coffee break where we're able to learn, discuss, and discover various topics. I'm glad you're able to join me on your coffee break today. So grab yourself a hot cup of coffee and have a seat. Today's topic, we will be taking a look at common leadership styles. We will be going over and reviewing 10 different leadership styles that you might fit in or you might aspire to fit in. But again, the leadership style is just the way that you've developed your capacity to address certain things, and along your journey in becoming the best possible leader, you will either mix these leadership styles or use leadership styles depending on the situation, depending on the task, depending on the project. So let's get right into it. Common leadership styles, no particular order. We'll start with the first one, which is the coach. And the coach is the one who's constantly motivating you and ensuring that you're okay along the process, and the one that is very positive, right? So that's the coach, the one who wants to ensure that you're learning something along the way, but reassures you at every step of the way to ensure that you're feeling good about what it is that you're doing. Next, we have the visionary. And the visionary is very inspirational, right? The visionary sees the light at the end of the tunnel, and they're very progress focused. The visionary sees what perhaps others don't see, and ensures that we are making progress and checking off the list as we go. But again, at every step of the way, inspiring you to continue to do the work that you're doing, even though you might feel as if you're not performing as best as you can. But the visionary has the bigger picture in their mind, and they're looking at things from a macro point of view rather than a micro point of view. So they really believe and trust in the process, and again, they're very progress focused. Next, we have the servant. And the servant is the one who works from the perspective of humbleness, and the one who's very protective of the people that they serve, and very protective of the organization that they serve and the mission of the organization. And they always look to ensure that they're doing everything from the empathy side of things, right? And the person who's always looking to ensure that they are being of service to someone or something, which is a great leadership style to be able to understand, and a leadership style to be able to practice as well. The next one is the autocratic leadership style. And the autocratic is more authoritarian and more result focused. So it's looking at the outcome of things, but ensuring they are done in a particular fashion, not to the point where they're being micromanagers, or they could be micromanagers, but it's demonstrating their ability to say, let's get this job done, let's get it done right, and if issues arise, taking the leadership role and ensuring that they flex their authority to be able to impose a rule or regulation, etc., etc. The next style is, I think, one of the styles that I truly despise, but it works for some, and that's the laissez-faire style, right? The more hands-off, the person who's very autocratic in what they do, and very delegatory, right? They're constantly, if they're given a task, they're always handing it off to someone else. So it's a more hands-off approach, but as the name says it, it's a very laissez-faire, very lazy approach, and I really don't like this approach, but it does work for some. And hey, if it works for you and that's how you want to do things, then so be it. Next common leadership style is the democratic style. And the democratic style is more for a person who really likes to be innovative, a person who likes to create new and wonderful and exciting programs, and have the ability to develop exciting programming and processes to make sure that it gets done. And all at the same time is very supportive of the team who's working with them on a particular project or task, and is ensuring that everyone's voice is being heard in whatever task or project or activity is being held. And it's one of the processes that I think I use quite a bit as well. Next, we have what's called a pace setter, right? And this is the person who knows what the job is, but has the definite timeline, and wants to ensure that certain tasks, certain things are being accomplished in a set block of time or set period of time. They're very helpful, and they're very motivational, right? If the team has a sense or feels that they're falling behind, or it's not really performing to the level that it needs to perform, that they're very motivational, and they're helping to ensure that everything gets back on track and setting the pace for completion or for meeting that deadline. The next leadership style that we have is a person who's more a transformational leadership style. And this is the person who's looking to challenge you in the project, challenge you in the process, challenge you in the program, and always looks to ensure that you are comprehending, always, is very communicative, right? Is ensuring that you are not only receiving the information that they want to give, but that you're understanding and comprehending, and allowing everyone to be able to share and to learn from one another, and always looks to see the growth in you. And that's where the transformation would take place in the people that they work with, is hoping that you start as an intern and come out leaving as a program manager. And it's always looking for someone's growth or their own growth in the program or project that they're involved with. The next one would be more for leadership style that's focused on performance. The leadership style that's really focused on how the job is being done, and that everyone is performing at a level and as expected. And that's called the transactional leadership style, which works, and they all work. But of course, we all have our leadership style of preference and or mix of leadership styles that we use depending on the situation, depending on the project, activity, etc., etc. Next, we have the bureaucratic leadership style, and this is the person who's more interested in ensuring that everyone knows their place, right? The hierarchical and the duty-focused leadership style. The person who makes it known that they are the manager, they are the lead, they are in charge, right? And you are the subordinate, and you are the volunteer, and you are the helper, right? And but they're very duty focused in making sure that the job is being done, but again are very bureaucratic when it comes to people overstepping their bounds, especially when it comes to the titles. And of course, a volunteer would not be doing the work of the program manager, right? There is no room for that in the bureaucratic style. People have to mind their places, and you're constantly being reminded by that by the bureaucratic leadership style. And just that rounds out 10 very common leadership styles. Where do you fall? Only you know, of course, and I'm sure that your team knows where you fall as well. But again, don't stick to one style when it comes to showing your leadership skills or using your leadership skills. Use a combination of all, and they're constantly changing. And I think it's always a great idea to be able to have the opportunity to be able to try and to be able to use these various common leadership styles. So there you have it, 10 common leadership styles in a nutshell. That's it for today's coffee break. So make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video. So get back to work or whatever it is that you're doing, and see you at the next coffee break. Should you want an expanded workshop on this topic, feel free to get at me, Blades